Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Finding the Balance. I am Melina Denard, the creator of Life and Money, where we talk about life and money with the hope of helping you find the balance. If you're joining this channel for the first time, welcome. If you're a returning viewer, thank you so much for joining me again. Today is not going to be a very long video, but I just want to take some time out to talk about my most recent trip to Aruba. I went to Aruba to celebrate a bachelorette weekend for two brides, and these brides are childhood best friends who are getting married 1 month apart from each other. And when they do get married, they're going to have the same last name. And to top it all off, they wanted to have a conjoined bachelorette party. So I took a trip to Aruba with 11 ladies, including myself. And I gotta say, it was the best trip I have ever been on, and Aruba owes me absolutely nothing. So I just want to take some time out to talk about basically how we went about planning for this trip. The planning committee was myself and 3 other friends, and we got together to take on the task of planning, the Grahams' last splash. So shout out to the planning committee and to all of the ladies who joined us in Aruba, because we definitely took, the time to send our girls off right. And we had so much fun. And it was a trip that I would never, ever forget. So there are 4 reasons I think that this trip went off without a hitch. The first reason being we planned almost a year in advance. So because it was such a large group, we just wanted to make sure that we had all of our T's crossed and our I's dotted. So we just really took the time to sit down as a planning committee to think about where we were going to stay, think about what we wanted to do, to think about, the things we wanted to coordinate, like matching t-shirts and matching bathing suits. We thought about survival kits and games and everything that makes a bachelorette weekend phenomenal and epic. We sat down and we thought about it, and with all this research and all this planning, we drafted this very comprehensive email to send out to the group. So once the location was decided by the brides and the dates were decided and the invitee information was given to us, we sat down and we got to work. And with all of that planning research, we drafted this introductory email to all of the ladies to kind of inform them of what was going on. And we did that almost a year in advance. The second thing I think that made this trip go off so successfully was, as we were creating our plan and what we wanted to do, we developed a very comprehensive and very thoughtful budget that included, of course, lodging costs, and we decided to do Airbnb. So we included the cost for that. We included the cost for food to have at the Airbnb. We included the cost of decorations. We included the cost of the catamaran that we rented, the other activities that we wanted to do, the cost of the games and the supplies for the survival kit, the cost of the coordinated bathing suits and shirts. We thought about everything, and we included this in a budget. And from that budget, we came up with the payment plan, which I'll get into later. But it was a very comprehensive and a very thoughtful budget. We all know that one of the biggest parts about travel is money. So from a financial perspective, I think we did an amazing job. And not only did we create a budget, but throughout the planning process of purchasing and once we even got in a grocery store in Aruba, we stuck to our budget. So that was number 2. Number 3, which I've already mentioned, was the payment plan. So we created a payment plan that started collecting payments in September. So mind you, this trip was not going to occur until July of 2018. We started payments in September of 2017, and each girl paid $105 a month. So we paid September, we paid October. We took off November and December because, this holiday time, and we don't want, people trying to worry about making payments when they're trying to plan for travel for Thanksgiving and Christmas shop for their family. So we took November and December off. We resumed the payment plan in January, and by April, every girl had paid for their trip in full. So this gave everybody, you know, time to buy their flights, time to save up spending money for the trip, time to think about all the other costs that go into, you know, getting ready for a trip, you know, getting your hair done, getting your nails done, buying a new bathing suit, buying outfits, buying shoes, and everything that we all related, that we do before we go on a trip. So it gave the girls time to kind of prepare and to just, you know, to kind of take a break. And once they got to Aruba, the only thing they had to worry about was having a blast. The fourth thing that I think made this trip go off without a hitch was our constant communication. We had these, you know, these emails that we would send out. It wasn't on a schedule, but I would say about every month. And, you know, as the trip got closer, it became almost every 2 weeks. And these emails just kind of kept the group informed and excited about the trip. I have a friend who's really, really great at planning for trips. And she sends out these emails, and they are detailed. They have these gifts. They have these amazing hashtags and taglines, and they just keep everyone so excited. And, you know, when flight prices were going up, we sent out an email. When we found out something new about the island, we sent out an email. When we got a better understanding of, you know, transportation costs, we sent out an email. So the email just kind of kept everybody informed and excited. And when you are reading through those emails, you're like, I do not want to miss this. So again, just to recap, there are 4 reasons I think this trip went off so well. And the first one being that we planned almost a year in advance. And not only just sitting down planning and talking amongst ourselves, but we got the other girls involved. Number 2 is we created a very comprehensive budget. And not only did we create a budget, but we stuck to the budget. Number 3 was the payment plan. So when you got to Aruba, you don't have to worry about anything but, you know, maybe taxis, or if you want to buy souvenirs. But, you know, independent costs, all of these shared costs were taken care of by the time any of us got on the island. And the last but not least was the open lines of communication. We just kept everybody excited. People were responding to the emails and creating hashtags for the trip. So those open lines of communication and keeping everyone in the know as we found out new information, or if there was a change, just kept everyone informed and excited. So like I said, it wasn't going to be a very long video. I just wanted to take some time out to talk about how we plan for the trip, and hopefully you can take some of this information if you're planning for a conjoined bachelorette party or any other trip. So if you like this information, please, you know, hit that like button. If you just want to keep up with what's going on this channel, please hit the subscribe button. So again, thank you so much for watching, and until next time, take care.